So tonight, if you are wherever you are in the world, wherever you are watching us from tonight, I need you to share this because I need you to understand that a beautiful 25-year-old girl, a successful business owner from Charlotte, North Carolina, was invited to go on a trip to Mexico with a best friend of more than 5 years, and she is dead. But they are on Snapchat, they're promoting parties, they're fleeing the state, they're going everywhere but to jail. This is an open and shut case. This is murder. This is not no alcohol poisoning. This has nothing to do with alcohol poisoning. And they came back to Charlotte and told the mother and basically and the father that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, when in fact she was beat to death. And now the FBI is investigating her murder. They are investigating Shanquella's death as a homicide. And everyone that was in that room with her is all persons of interest. And tonight, I had to bring on the father of this beautiful, beautiful, successful Black woman who was just young, living life, making money, being a boss, supporting everybody, loving everybody. Loved everybody but the haters. You know we don't love the haters. But tonight I had to bring this father on. I have been in contact with this family since the day I posted the first story, when I spoke to him and I spoke to Miss Alamandra and I spoke to Shanquella's sister, who I will be doing an interview with on Sunday. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on Shanquella's dad, Mr. Bernard Robinson. How you doing, Mr. Robinson?
I'm holding through the grace of God and everybody prayers around this world, around this nation who have been praying and just watched, who have been listening to and reading about what went on over there in Mexico, Cabo.
Yeah,
that's how I'm standing through everybody prayers and how they feel about this situation.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way I'm standing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I definitely want to say you do look good. And I see that, you know, that God's grace and mercy is all in this. You know, we're both Bible believing men, and we know that God can do anything but fail. And God has been in this case from the beginning. Even in the room, God has been he's been involved in this. He knew what was going to happen, and he knew that he, you know, won't let those who are responsible get away with it. He's already working. And, you know, to see that Shanquella not only, you know, has had an impact on just Charlotte, but it's beyond Charlotte now. You know, the world see how beautiful she was. The world see how she can slay hair. The world see how of a woman she carried herself. And just to see that some no good, low down, dirty dogs would do something like this to someone who was at the top, and to reduce her to a hashtag is very egregious, and it is disgusting, and justice will be served. Let's make that clear.
Oh yes,
Mr. Robinson. Yes. Yes. Justice will be served. I first want to give my condolences to you and to your entire family. I am so sorry that you all are going through this, and I continue to pray for you all, and people around the world continue to pray your strength, and that God will continue to touch this situation and will bring those who are responsible to justice fast, quick. Um, we have been talking over the phone since I first reached out to you all, and you told me about, you know, your daughter, and you told me about the lie of the alcohol poisoning, and you told me about what the autopsy said, and you told me about the pictures that you were shown of your daughter, and just how how dirty, you know, this murder was. Can you tell us a little bit about, you know, what the, I don't want to call them friends because they're not friends, but the people that she was over there with, what did they come back to North Carolina and tell your family, especially Khalil, who is, you know, the best friend of your daughter? Can you just talk about how you found out about your daughter's death, and can you talk about the lie that they told?
Well, at first, I was sitting at home on a Saturday, which was the 29th. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. and the phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, so look, I said, well, mom's calling. So I picked the phone up and she wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shanquella gone. So, I'm saying gone, gone where, and she said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how's she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, the phone just, my phone dropped and I just started crying. And then, I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went to Salem with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? She said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with them. So, from there, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night. Just cried.
Yeah, yeah.
Not knowing, how, over in Mexico, where she at or what,
Mhm.
Um,
Now,
right now, it's,
mhm. Go ahead,
it's
Dad.
just
Go ahead.
hard.
Yeah.
It's just the point that alcohol poisoning. It's just it's something. It didn't sound right. I
Right.
said, how you got over there? For the flu over there. I'm trying to when she leave. So he said she left Friday. Got there 8 o'clock. She said she talked to her on the phone, and they was sitting there drinking. Eating tacos and salads. A chef came in, and from there she said, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So from that point, that was Friday. So Saturday, so she telling me the whole story now. So from that point, then that's when she found her dead at 3 o'clock. Say her friend Khalid was on the phone talking to her, saying she was, sick, throwing up, she wasn't feeling well. She took a shower, laid back down, and they called the Airbnb house. They supposed to send a medic out, doctor out to the house, and they had to pay $150 for the doctor to come. So when the doctor came, they had to look at her, try to put an IV in her arm, and said the IV popped out and she went into a seizure. That's what Khalid telling her mom's all this right here now. So
Right.
um, I'm trying to figure out. I'm listening to the conversation, so I'm trying to figure out. Well, you know, um, why Khalid, didn't give you the phone or let you hear the doctor. Then
Right.
one of them in the house, what she was told, one of them told her she need to wire $5,000 over there so they can take her to the hospital or so she be able to get in the hospital. I say $5,000 for what? I mean, she got insurance. She always had insurance.
Right.
So from that point, that's it. That's it.
So,
So then all of a sudden, Monday came. Okay, now we getting together trying to figure out where she at. So she on the embassy, calling the embassy. They giving her to run around. I don't know too much about Mexico, none of
right.
that. So me and my brother was over my mom's house, So as I'm standing here talking to y'all right now, I'm just hurting all inside.
Yes,
So
sir. Mm.
um, my mind is really on my, my daughter, but I'm sitting here telling what I know, what was told to me. So what I had to do, in which I know it wasn't but God that led me to her. So me and my brother got on that phone and started Googling all the funeral homes that was over in Mexico, Cabo.
Yeah.
So we came up with funeral home Riviera funeral home over there. And first we called, a guy answered the phone. He didn't speak English. So we called back again, and another young lady answered the phone, and her name was Elizabeth. And from that point on, she said, I asked her, you have Shanquella Robinson over there? She said, yes, sir. Now, Miss Robinson, I'm sorry for your loss. And so from that point on, she said, Mr. Robinson, I'm going to stick with you until I get your daughter back to the States. So that lady was like an angel. So a lot of paperwork had to be done. Her mom sent the paperwork was already in the system. So I called her back. She said, "Yeah, I got the paperwork. I need a release form so I can release the body, release her body to you." And so we did that, and the bill came up and everything. So I wired the money over there. Uh, After I wired the money, they got the body. So did the paperwork, and it'll take a while for that paperwork to get done because they had to transfer everything over into English.
Yeah.
So she got back here last Thursday, around about 5 o'clock. So I'm sitting there in the funeral home. As soon as that door opened and that box came in there with her in it, man,
Mm.
just cried like a baby.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to leave out the funeral home. My brother had to pull me out of there. I'm sitting here, looking at her, seeing, a knot on her head, her eyes swole, she got a cut lip. And just that's no, I know alcohol wasn't gonna do all that. So I said something not adding up right here. And so y'all gonna come back here to the States and bring her luggage back, sit right there in her mom's and her sister face, ate, told y'all story, how it happened, alcohol poisoning and all that. And then, you know, 2 or 3 days later, when the report came back, the lady told me, "No, Mr. Brown, your daughter didn't die of no alcohol poisoning. She died. It was trauma to her neck and her spinal cord. It was broke." So that's when I just had it. I said, no, no. I said, baby girl, your daddy is not gonna let you die in vain. I will get justice for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get justice for you. So, going forward, I didn't let up. I
Yeah.
didn't let up. I did
Yeah.
not let up not one bit. And I know the grace of God has got everybody out here who caring and loving and everything and giving me the strength that I need to stand on this because I've been crying. I've been having my moments. I really can't sleep because that was my heart. It's a big hole. Y'all didn't came back here. Y'all got kids. I think some of you all got little kids from what I heard. I don't be on Facebook or social media or Twitter, all that. I don't that's not my style.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a person. I'm just laid back in the back scene. But all at the same time, her father has been here all along. Her whole 25 years she's been on this earth.
Yeah.
It's been her dad and all her friends who know me would tell
Yeah.
you her
Yeah.
dad,
Yeah.
her dad. And I
Man.
know for a fact, I know she probably called out for her dad. And
Yeah.
for her to go out here and suffer like that, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, for her to suffer the way y'all did, to beat on her, because she's not a fighter. She's not a
Right.
fighter at all.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a shame, for y'all men to be sitting in the room, the video I saw, for
Yeah.
y'all men to be sitting in that room and y'all let this go on, ain't do nothing. And Khalid, you supposed to be her best friend for 5 years,
A
5 years.
friend. Now I
And,
want to.
and y'all supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
Friends just don't do that. Not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do y'all, I understand y'all parents, your parents ain't even reached out to me, or I don't know if you reached out to her mom or not, but your parents ain't reached out to me. You all ain't reached out to me. So, I say something ain't adding up right here, but I just ask God to give me the strength and bring me justice. Show me what really happened over there, Lord. That's all I ask. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, but I know definitely where my help comes from.
Yes.
I know
You know.
definitely where my help comes from.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
God has been moving. He's been moving.
Yeah. He's
And
been moving.
and, and Gerald, the way God moved in you when you say you called that Monday morning, I know I had prayed, say pray, always pray. And it's just how everything just going, it's just everything just coming. The
Yeah.
cover just been pulled off, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, I'm still hurting. I'm like I said, I'm sitting here hurting, talking about this as I'm hurting right now, knowing in 2 days, you know, I gotta bury her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
y'all then came back here, then shut down your Facebook pages. You know, you're not talking no more like you was before you left. So what you know, why you hiding? You know, just tell the truth.
Just tell the
Just
truth.
tell the truth.
Mr.
Yeah, just tell
Robinson,
the truth.
I wanna
You got a father here that won't even be, you know, you got a father here
yeah,
now, you know, won't even be a granddaddy. I can't even
right.
walk her down the can't
Oh,
even walk her down the aisle.
yeah.
Can't even hear a voice. Can't hear
Yeah.
her say daddy. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm.
she gone.
Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
y'all took that from me. Y'all
Yeah.
took that from me. And Khalid, I know she told you about her dad. I know she did. You got a dad. You know, y'all got dads and a mother that I know of. You know,
Yeah.
they can look at you all. Y'all can have a conversation. I can't have no conversation no more.
Mm.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And so
It's
I
going.
had to come on here and, you know, speak my heart and speak my mind. You
Mm.
know, I'm not a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Anybody who knew me, all my daughter's friends, know what type of dad I was.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what I want you to do. And I know me and you talked, and we talked about having an interview. And I know we talked about, you said, Jerome will give you one first because you've been working on it. And I just want to thank you because the people need to hear from you. These I'm gonna call them murderers. I don't care what nobody else call them, Mr. Robinson. I'm gonna call them what they are, my opinion. Because I feel like that y'all knew what was going on and you still didn't say nothing. Now the problem I have is that Khalil came back, brought your daughter's luggage to your to the house, had dinner, and sat in y'all family's face and told y'all that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. And then when I called you about the video, you didn't even know anything about the video till I called you and told you about the video, and I sent it to you. And now that the video is out, it definitely confirms what you were saying all along about, this alcohol poisoning doesn't put a knot on your head, it doesn't swell your eyes, it doesn't bust your lip, it don't do any of that. And I know that that's one of the parts that you can't even fathom of how this man can come to your family's face and tell y'all a lie like that. Now, I spoke with Miss Salamandra. I spoke with Miss Robinson, and she had told me that Khalil had been coming back over to the house. He was coming around every day. Did he ever call you? Did he ever reach out to you personally and tell you, what happened or any of that?
no, Khalid never called whatsoever. You know, from what his mom was telling me, you know, he'll come over to the house. I guess he was coming over to see what kind of information they knew. But once I found the information out, that's how they found the information, was through me,
Right,
that she had a broken neck and a broken spinal cord trauma.
right,
That's how
right,
they got the information, was through
right.
me. And then once they came, when I called and sent what happened, then he was over there. Then all of a sudden, from what they told me, he got all sick and wasn't feeling good. And say his aunt was with him or his mama was with him. He wanted to leave. And when he left, they ain't heard no more from him, you know. So, and then when I saw the video, for y'all to beat her, knowing she's not a fighter, for y'all to, I don't know if y'all woke up out of her sleep, to beat her naked like that. Well, while she was naked, you men, you know, to sit in that room and watch her, that girl hit on her like that while she was naked. You know, I mean,
Is
the men
for
in the
them?
room. Wait, I mean, do y'all have sisters?
Mm,
You know, do y'all have a mother? What if someone show y'all the video like that? A man, someone beating on your mother or beating on your sister naked. How would you feel? And she's not even defending herself because she's not a fighter. You're
mm,
already bigger than her. She ain't number, you know, petite, no weigh no more than about 120, 125 pounds.
mm-hmm,
That's not her style. Her
mm-hmm,
style is not a fighter.
mm-hmm,
Her
mm-hmm,
style is not a fighter.
mm.
She wasn't raised like that.
Yeah, yeah,
She wasn't
yeah,
raised that like that. She was raised to, you know, to have fun and treat people like she want to be treated. Laugh, you
yeah,
know, care for others, you know. And
yeah,
y'all want to do take her over there out of her comfort zone and do her that way when she thinking she going over there to have fun. And y'all seen that to me, it was a setup, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. That's
But
what
to
it
the
seems
grace of
like
God,
to me as well.
to the
That's what
grace
it.
of God,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get justice. She's
yeah.
not
You
gonna die
are.
and she it will not die in vain.
No.
I'm gonna get justice.
Mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna get justice.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are going to get justice. You are going to get justice. Shanquella is going to get justice. Your entire family is going to get justice. Now, Mr. Bernard, Friday they are over in Mexico. Saturday, as you know, as you talked about earlier, Khalil calls and he says that Shanquella is not feeling good. She's been throwing up and she's resting. And then he calls back because Salamandra told me that, she told him, well, just, keep an eye on her, just keep me updated on what's going on. And then he calls back and says that they are trying to resuscitate her. And you're trying to understand, well, what's going on? And then he comes up with this alcohol poisoning bullshit, Now, has and I understand that the FBI is now investigating. You have been in contact. Your entire family has been in contact with the FBI. But have you learned anything as far as the Mexican police seeing any type of bruises on her when they got there? Did the medics observe anything, different, about her when they got there for them to, allow these people to leave a room, after saying that she had alcohol poisoning and then tending to her body, and it's obvious signs that, she was beat. Have you learned anything? I mean, has any information been communicated to you that the Mexican authorities or the doctor or the medics over there saw any of those signs on her?
You know, as right now, I'm just waiting for all that information to come back to me.
Yeah, you wait for all that information to
When
come
all
back.
that information come back to me.
Right,
From what
right.
I saw, when I saw her in that cat, when I saw her laying there when they rolled her in the funeral home, I mean, you see, we saw the bruises.
Right, right,
We saw
right,
the bruises.
right, right,
You
right.
know,
Yeah.
I don't know. She was in her pajamas, flannel pajamas, pants, and a shirt. So I don't know if they put that on her or who put that on her. You know, but I don't just see how can y'all sleep. I don't see how all of y'all can sleep. I don't see how can all of y'all go about and do y'all daily duties and sit there knowing what
Right.
y'all did,
Yeah.
knowing
Yeah.
what y'all did.
Right.
You know,
Now, I understand, Mr. Bernard, that you're waiting for more information as it relates to that. Now, the death certificate stated. Now, the video shows that there was a fight in the bedroom. It's early morning outside. If you look at the outside in the video, but the death certificate stated that she was found in the living room. But the video shows that a fight was inside the bedroom, and I do know and I communicated with you from a source that there is a second video, because obviously, you know, Shanquella is on the ground with her head down. So I mean, you know, you could tell that she's still alive. But then other information that we learned today about Winter Donovan grabbing her around her neck and slamming her and her not getting back up. There is a second video that is out there. And this information came directly from someone who is friends with Dejanay's mother, and this information was communicated because people were upset about the fact that only one angle is being showed, and that is Dejanay assaulting your daughter. This was not a fight. This was a brutal assault because your daughter was not fighting back. And in that video, at the end, Khalil had told Shanquella's sister and Miss Salamandra that he was not there when all of this happened, after the fact that they learned from talks from those that was there that there was a fight, that he was not in the room. But the video clearly shows him to the left. I mean, you've never seen Khalil, have you, Mr. Bernard?
No, never seen Khalil.
Right.
Only thing I saw is pictures of all of them.
Yeah, right.
So I saw pictures of all of them.
Yeah.
You know, I heard the same thing you heard. There's a video out there.
Yeah.
That you know, she picked up by the neck and slammed on the ground, and once they slammed her, she didn't get back up. Did not get back up.
Mm.
So I guess that slam right there must have broke her neck and her spinal cord.
Do you need a second, Mr. Bernard? I can turn this off for a minute.
Nah, man, go ahead. We can go through this. We can go through this.
Yes, sir. I know this is, I'm sorry, this is very, very, very difficult. I
really don't know how much I love my daughter. Y'all don't really don't know. Y'all don't know what y'all done done to me. Y'all don't know how, you know, the hole that y'all done put in me. I really don't know. Serious, you know. Y'all can just come back here and deal with y'all did. And leave her there. Leave her there. And then just leave her there. And then the maid had to find her from what I'm hearing, you know. You know, y'all don't understand how much of pain my daughter was in, sitting there with a broke neck or a spinal cord, you know. And then I'm hearing, I don't know, Najee or whatever. He came to the house, you know. So he was the last one. Something about he was the last one. He was the last one about her breathing or something, you know. He playing soft music and rubbing her head. Really? All of y'all could have got her help. All of y'all. But y'all chose not to.
Exactly. Who the freak comes from an airport, they came from an airport straight into there and just rub her head playing soft music and claiming he's doing CPR. And then, you know, to get online and try to run to the world that you are so innocent. The only innocent person and the only victim in this case is Mr. Bernard's daughter. And that's Shanquella Robinson. Ain't nobody else a damn victim. And I wish people would stop getting online talking about this Nazir dude got there. And then this is the problem that I have. And from my understanding, Mr. Bernard, did you watch any of his video?
Who was video?
Nazir's. Did you watch any of Nazir's video?
Yeah, I watched a little bit how he's saying this and that, saying that. Really? Really?
And the problem that I have is I don't.
You came there and you saw her. You should have got help. If you was her friend, you ain't seen her in 9 years, and you came in that house. Ain't no way you gonna sit here and you know you saw the bruises. You saw the bruises. You came in the house. You want to sit there and say you played music and rub her head, and then she took a last breath. You left. You saw the music. I mean, come on, man, really? You should have came in that house. Hey, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all staying down here. Y'all staying down here. Y'all not going back. Y'all not back going to the United States.
Exactly. He should
I
have
didn't
turned.
came in here and saw these bruises. Y'all didn't hurt this girl. No. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. That is the problem.
You ever thought that she got a mother and a father? Got people back here in the States that love her and care about her, especially her daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then y'all can't even call. You come to the house, over to her sister's house, and try to say, Miss Robinson, do you have Mr. Robinson phone number? Can we call him and give him my condolences? No. Not at all. Y'all didn't even open your mouth. I ain't doing that at all. Especially you, Khalid. Even your parents. Y'all parents ain't reached out.
Dirty.
Y'all parents ain't even reached out. You know, none, me or her mom. Not that I know her, but I know your parents ain't reached out to me. You know, they still got y'all. They still got y'all. I don't have mine. She gone. Y'all took her away from me. She can't talk for herself. She can't talk for herself, but her daddy is gonna talk. Her daddy gonna stand strong through the grace of God.
Yes, sir.
God gonna give me the strength that I need. Yes. And I know everybody out there who got a relationship with God gonna pray that I get the strength to stand where I need to stand.
Yes, sir.
Because my daughter would not die in vain.
Yes, sir.
She would not die in vain.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give her justice.
She's gonna get justice.
She didn't have to go through this. She did not have to go through this.
She did not have to go through this. Shanquella did not deserve this. She did not deserve this. I can't wrap my head around the fact that they left Mexico, came back to the United States, and told this family that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, when in the damn phones that y'all was carrying had the video that we just saw. Y'all knew a fight happened. Y'all knew, and you know who killed Shanquella.
And you told her mama. Y'all sit right there and told her mama that it wasn't no altercation.
That it was no
y'all told her mama and her sister right there in their face it wasn't no altercation in that house. That's exactly what y'all said. That's exactly what y'all said.
Now,
in a couple of days, I will have all y'all statements.
Sure is.
All y'all statements, what y'all said.
The FBI is on them left and right. So if you think you're hiding at your mama house, Dejanay, if you think you're hiding, Khalil, you think you're hiding Win, if you think you're hiding Nazir, if you think you're hiding Elise, the FBI is on you. And you're going to have to get into the interrogation room and you're going to have to tell what happened. And the fact that y'all still to this day ain't even tried to call this family and say, Miss Robinson, Mr. Robinson, I lied. I was scared. I ain't know what to do. We should have broke it up. I ain't know what to do. And for every parent that's sitting up here and you know your child done killed somebody, you should be ashamed of yourself. That you will harbor a fugitive. That you would try to hide your child. That you wouldn't even reach out to a mother, the mother, father, the father. Shanquella ain't hurt nobody. Everybody loved her. Just because y'all had hate and bitter in your heart, you didn't have to take out what you was going through in your anger and your hatred and your jealousy and your envy on her. You're ugly on the outside and you're ugly on the inside. And you ain't at all worthy to take a dog to the dog pound, let alone call yourselves some type of human with a heart. Y'all ain't shit. I'm sorry, Mr. Bernard, but you know how we talk on the phone. So you know me. But
oh yeah, say what you mean. Man, what you got to say?
No, I am so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so outraged at the fact that these Judases left your daughter for dead. And then you got Nazir coming on. Let me ask you this. The part that you did here, Mr. Bernard, did you even believe any of what he said, what he was saying?
Not at all.
Not at all.
If you were there, you should have did more than what you did. Should have did more than what you did. Because trust and believe me, every last one of y'all would have stayed there at that hospital down there with my daughter. I would have made sure y'all got back here. You wouldn't have been staying in no Mexico.
Hello?
You would have got back here. You would not have stayed down there.
Hello?
That would have meant a whole lot to me, knowing that you stayed down there with my daughter till I got there or we got there. We all would have been getting back on that plane together. But y'all didn't do that. Y'all left her. Y'all left her there. Y'all left her there.
So dirty and so low down that this father and his brother had to get online and find funeral homes and find out how to get in contact. Y'all left them searching. Y'all left them searching how to find their daughter. This man don't know anything about Mexico. Just imagine being a mother and a father and your child is over in another country and dead, and you got to get on Google. What if it wasn't for Google? Y'all dirty. You left this man searching for his baby's body. You left this man trying to find out where his daughter was because he couldn't get in contact with her because she was dead because y'all beat her. Because y'all beat her. How was he supposed to find out? His only connection to her. He ain't have it no more. And y'all, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I wired that money. I wired that money over there. It wasn't 6,000. I wired that money. It was almost 7,000. I wired that money.
And not one of them tried to ask, did they need help?
I wired that money.
Didn't ask, do you need money? Didn't ask nothing. Didn't ask nothing.
You know,
nothing.
I don't want no GoFundMe page. None of that. I wired that money.
Nothing. Mr. Bernard.
Her funeral is paid for.
Yes, it is paid for.
And her funeral is paid for. For me to bury her in the next 2 days.
And let me, while we're talking about her funeral, let me say this. Shanquella's funeral is this Saturday. Okay, it is this Saturday, November the 19th. The wait will be 11 to 12, and the funeral is from 12 to 1 at Macedonia Baptist Church, 1300 Hatteras Avenue, Charlotte. Let me say that again. Her funeral is this Saturday, November 19th. Charlotte, show up. Show up. Stand with this family. Show up. Show up. It's Saturday, November 19th. From 11 to 12 is the viewing, and the funeral is from 12 to 1, Macedonia Baptist Church, 1300 Hatteras Avenue in Charlotte. Mr. Bernard, Khalil brought the girl that was in the video assaulting your daughter and another girl to the house. And Shanquella's sister, has stated that now let me ask you this before I get to this. Had you, before the autopsy came back, had you heard that there was a fight or that an altercation was going on over there before you found out everything now that you know now?
Yeah, her friend, my daughter's friend did call me who have my number, who know how much I care about my daughter.
Right.
They did call and say, it was a fight in the house, but they wasn't sure, you know. But then the alcohol story came out.
Right.
So
Right.
when the alcohol story came out, okay, my mind got to wondering who is true, who's true on what. So
Right. Right. So once
I just asked God. I said, God, you know, I pray that you give me justice. I asked God to pray, you know, I pray. I said, God, just let me know what really happened over there. Pull the covers and show me. Because she gone now, Lord. She gone. But show me what happened. Where I can stand for justice for her, Lord.
Yeah. So
And that's when you came in, and that's for some kind of reason you came in the picture. You came in the picture. I kept praying. And God began to move and start moving in his time and start unraveling stuff.
Yeah.
And this is where we at now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mr.
Bernard, so you had heard about the fight. You heard there was a fight. So Khalil had brought Dejanay, the girl in the video that we see attacking your daughter, and he brought another girl, Winter Donovan, over to the house. And that's when they were asked about the altercation. But they denied the altercation, even though one of them, who we now know, Dejanay Jackson, was in a video assaulting her, assaulting your daughter, Shanquella, had the nerve to lie to y'all again in your face, saying that it was alcohol poisoning. So did they really say that was alcohol poisoning? And she
That what the mom said. That what the words came out their mouth. They were playing a game, drinking. That was the statement they made to her mom and her sister, or everybody who was around over her sister's house, because they was asking questions.
Right.
You know, so that's what they told. And so I guess, you know, that what her mom, sister, everybody went with until I got the information. Because that alcohol poison did not sound right for me. No, not at all.
Right.
No, she don't drink like that. I know that for a fact.
Right. Right. So now once the autopsy came back, okay, and it came back that your daughter was beaten, right? Khalil was nowhere to be found. He didn't come back around. He didn't pick up his phone. I mean, is that what happened? That he just disappeared once the truth came out in the autopsy?
He went off the radar. He went off the radar from what I was told. All of them went off the radar. I guess once he got out there on social media or Twitter or Facebook, you know, how they communicate. Like I said, I don't be out there like that. Right. That's not my, you know, that's not me. I'm old school. Right. So, all her friends, you know, my daughter friends start commenting about it on, you know, on their pages, what I'm hearing. And all of a sudden, you know, all of them start shutting down their pages, their Facebook pages or Twitter accounts or, you know, whatever they was on. So,
right.
But
they start shutting them down.
Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to ask no questions. No, nothing. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And
no, nothing.
It's so funny because when I called you and I told you a little bit about what I do, who I was, and I told you, I said, I'm going to put their pictures out today. And I got all of their pictures that morning. All of their pictures. The North Carolina Beat found every single one of those individuals who was in that room with Shanquella picture. Her picture wasn't going to be the only one going around. I mean, people knew Khalil, but the other people, they didn't know. So it was easy to find Khalil. But to think that y'all name was just going to be out there without people seeing who you are. And immediately when the North Carolina got involved, that's what I told you that we was going to do. And we did it. And we'll do it again for any other family that's looking for justice. Now, Now, Mr. Bernard, have you tried to reach out to Khalil? Just, I mean, like, has anything in you? Because I really know, you know, I'm not gonna say that, but has anything you say? Let me try to call him. I need to talk to this man. I need to see why this man, my daughter's guy best friend, would do this. Like, did you try to call him yourself or get an answer to him yourself, although he didn't reach out to you or call you?
Well, you know, like my mom and her sister, you know, they called, they said he didn't answer his phone, so it wasn't even me called. So
right.
Going forward is in God's hands.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna let God deal with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna let God deal with it, and He's dealing with it. So
absolutely.
She will get her justice. My daughter will get her justice. She will not die in vain. No. Each and every one of you all, whatever the law says, that's what I'm going with, or you're gonna add a little more extra, you know.
Right. Absolutely.
Whatever the law says. Because all y'all was there, all y'all was accessory to the whatever y'all did to her, and y'all know it was wrong. Y'all know it was wrong to the utmost. Y'all know it was wrong. Y'all know. I don't know how y'all can sit here and think she got a mother and a father that love her conditionally. Y'all ain't bring her in this world. Who give y'all authority to take her life? Who give y'all authority to take her life? You know, my world has shut down because I don't have her.
Yeah.
My world has shut down because I don't have her. So now, I just got to bring her justice.
Yeah, and we're gonna get it, Mark.
Because you stole something from me.
Yeah,
tremendously.
Yeah.
You don't know me. I don't know you all. But y'all done stole something from me tremendously.
Yeah.
You know, y'all did not have to touch her. She ain't did nothing to y'all. If she said in the words, y'all can let words is words. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not y'all child for y'all to be attacking her, beating on her like that, body slamming her, breaking her neck and her spinal cord. Really? Really? And I know some of you ladies, from what I heard, that y'all got little kids. You know.
Yeah.
How would y'all feel if y'all child got taken from you all?
Yeah.
You can't see them no more.
Yeah.
You know, you can't hear their voice.
Yeah.
You know. So whatever the consequences is that the law deal you all.
Yes. Let me yes. I wanna ask you one last question. You know, I have really a lot of questions, but I'm not gonna ask them. Because you are a grieving father, and you know, all journalists would have questions about this whole case. Now, I want to ask you a question. I want to back up a little bit. I want to ask you a question, and we're gonna get off of here. Mr. Bernard, have you been told who found Shanquella? I mean, were they still in the room, like, or did they leave her? Because, you know, of course, there was a rumor going around that a maid had found her. What have you? Have you been told how she was found? Were they in the room? Did they leave after the medics got there? And I mean, and they came back later. Have you been told of how she was discovered?
When I was told, the maid said they found her sitting up in the chair or either sitting up in the bed. Sitting up in the bed or sitting in the chair with a broke neck and a spinal cord.
Dead? What?
She died at 3 p.m. Najee, you said you arrived at that house on that video, you said, at 3:30 something. So if you arrived there, sir, it should have been 12:30 or 12:45. You got there at that house. So evidently she had to be alive when you were there. So in that scenario, you saw the condition that she was in, and you saw the bruises that she was, on her. You should have called the medics, or somebody should have called all of y'all. Y'all could have carried her. She ain't about 120 pounds, 125 pounds. But y'all chose not to. Y'all chose to got your thing, got out of there, and got her suitcase. And for what our statement says, one of y'all called a taxi cab and went to an airport hotel. Now I don't know how true all this is, but that's what I'm hearing. And one of you called back to the States and asked somebody what to do.
It's true.
One of you all called back, y'all panicked, and one of y'all asked what to do.
Wow.
So
you left her and the maid found her. Because I was trying to figure out, how did she get from the bedroom to the living room where she was found? Y'all drug her from the bedroom to the living room. I'm just trying to understand. And this Nazir guy, he told me on the phone call, Mr. Bernard, that me and him had before he went live the other night, and I played it on here. He said that he got there at 2:16. Then he came back on the live and said he got there 3 p.m. something. And then he said he was about 4:26. He was by the pool saying, "Quella, get up." So when you got there and you started CPR, and the death certificate and the autopsy say she died 15 minutes after her injury, which was at 3 p.m. So that means you did CPR on her and left her where she was, and then you went by the pool and said, "Hey, Quella, get up," knowing she was dead. But the thing about it is, he's a compulsive liar, Mr. Bernard, and he can't be trusted. And I dissected the video, and I proved that Nazir Wiggins is a liar, and he is as much responsible and guilty as the rest of them, and they need to be held accountable. Now,
if you say he did CPR, then they say it was a medic in the house. So that medic don't know how to do CPR.
That's hello.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Bernard, one last question. The FBI is now involved. They have revoked their passport, so they can't flee. What is the FBI telling you? I know you don't have to go much into detail, but is there anything that you can share with us that they are telling you, other than that they are investigating it? Have they told you? Have they spoken to anyone? I do know that they have communicated with us that if there's anyone, that they are investigating it, and that if there is anyone who has information, whether it be photos, whether it be text message between any of them, or anyone admitting anything or saying anything, photos, and you have information, please contact the FBI. Doesn't matter what state you're in, whether you're in Connecticut or you're in Charlotte, contact the FBI, and they will route your tip to the appropriate people. Is there anything that you can tell us about the FBI on investigating this that you may be able to share?
No, I don't know nothing. I'm just waiting on them.
Yes,
I'm in
sir.
the blind, just like everybody else in the blind. I just know God is moving.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving at his own time. And I walk by faith, not by sight.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
As I say that,
come on now.
As I say that, what I say, justice will be done for her.
Yes,
absolutely. Justice will be done.
Absolutely.
And I will know our Lord that we serve will come through for me.
Yes, he will.
The whole world, the whole nation, all y'all prayers, which I don't know none of you all out here. But, I know y'all prayers, and y'all, I know y'all prayers is the one that got me standing.
Yes.
Standing strong as I'm standing. I can't even sleep. Can't even hardly eat.
Mr. Bernard.
Feeling.
Yeah.
It's a really big hurt feeling.
Yes, it is. Mr. Bernard, thank you so much. Thank you so much for telling the world how beautiful your daughter was, for being bold and being courageous and being strong. The world see your strength through all of this. And my condolences again go out to you and your family. And the entire world is praying for you and your family. And I know that on Saturday that you all are going to send your daughter to heaven in a mighty way. And my prayer to you all is that I know that you won't ever get over this, but you'll get through it. And I pray that when the days come and the grief come, that it will come in increments and that it won't overpower you, but that, you will begin to, release it, and heal. And that's what I'm sending your way to you and your family. Healing power, healing energy. And again, Mr. Bernard, thank you so much. You have my information. The North Carolina Beat is standing beside you. Any information we get, you and your family will be the first to know. And I just want to thank you all so much for giving us that permission to show the world what happened to your daughter, because these people are going around lying, saying this and saying that. But thank you guys for allowing us to share that with the world so they can see how dirty friends, so-called friends, can be. And it's not Quella's fault. Let's get that straight.
No, not at all. Not at all. She thinking she's going over there to have fun, enjoy herself.
Yeah.
Not knowing she ain't gonna even come back.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get let's get that straight. And thank you so much, Mr. Bernard. I'll call you once I get off.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.